joining me today. And this is our final podcast for 2018. If you have tuned into any of the previous videos that I have put out for children and young people and they have been useful to you, then please go ahead and give this particular video, or that one, or both, a thumbs up, because it helps me to know that this content is valuable to you. And thank you for watching and for being here, being my friend. Anyway, what we are going to be talking about today, in the spirit of Christmas, is a story. In my mind, Christmas is all about stories, but that's just my particular disposition on the whole thing. For other people, Christmas is all about fact, but for me, Christmas is all about stories. So I want to share a story with you today, which I think highlights something around tolerance and differences, and I think that those are probably really useful things for us to be going into 2019 with fresh in our minds. I run a couple of workshops each week, and sometimes in the workshops I will use different props to help me with different things that I'm teaching. And one of the props that I happen to have used in this last week was a puppet. And my puppet is of like a mixed race origin in his appearance. Like, it looks like a human, but he is of a darker skin tone than I am, for example. The story in that particular workshop was around an incident that the puppet had been involved in, where someone else, another person in puppet land, had said something about his skin color. Now, the group that I was working with were very quick to pick up on the fact that the comment made by other puppet in puppet land could have been racially motivated and that racism was wrong. Quite rightly so. But another interesting thing happened whilst I was telling this story and using the puppet. Because this group are a little bit hyper and a bit wild at times, sometimes they just say silly stuff, or, you know, they muck around. That kind of usual stuff happens. But one of the young people, as a kind of in amongst the sort of silly comments, said, "Are you gay?" And I picked up on this and said to him, A, is it any of your business? And B, does it matter? Like, what if my puppet happens to be gay? How is that a problem? And this young boy said, "Well, that's weird." And I said, "But you can't say that racism is wrong whilst also being homophobic." And then I had to explain homophobic is the word for not liking gay people, because it's just another form of how someone is different to you. And just because someone is different to you, it doesn't make them wrong, and it doesn't mean that they are bad in any way. It just means that they're different. So can you explain to me why it's okay for you to take the mickey out of someone because they might be gay? So he became quite flustered, because I think he hadn't been expecting that challenge from me. And his response was, "It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I don't understand it." And in that moment, I felt that what he said explained an awful lot of what is wrong with mankind in terms of how we are with other people and how it is that we connect with other people. I think very often it's not that we don't like others, or that we distrust them, or that we think that they're bad. Maybe we just don't understand them properly. And I think this is a really poignant message, because for us here in the UK, in just a few short months, we will be exiting the EU, and that's brought about an awful lot of, you know, different views around tolerance and racism and how we connect with other people who are different to us or not from the same island as us, and so on. I think very often we make decisions about how to treat other people, not based on how we would like to be treated ourselves, but based on the fact that we just don't understand them. So what's the solution here? I believe the solution is to get good at asking more questions. It is completely okay for you to be a little bit nosy in order to educate yourselves and to find out more. If you come across as being maybe a bit ignorant or a bit nosy, then that's significantly better than coming across as intolerant or small-minded or arrogant in some way. It would be far better for you to educate yourselves and find out about the things that you don't know. Now, that doesn't mean that, you necessarily need to join a different religion or that you need to experiment with things that you're not comfortable with. That's not what we're saying here. What I'm saying is, what happens if you are open-minded and you interact with those people in some way, or you read stuff about those people and the challenges that they've experienced? What tends to happen when we begin to find out more is that we discover that other people are not all that dissimilar to us after all. They may come from a different place, they may speak a different language, they may look different to you, they may have different preferences to you. But fundamentally, human beings on the inside are all the same. If you recognize that within yourself there are some things that you do not like about others, consider asking yourself, is it really that you don't like them, or is it that you don't understand them? And if the answer is that you don't understand them, then find out more and allow your mind to be challenged by the things that, maybe the different values that they have or the different kind of lifestyle that they have. Just because that doesn't suit you, because it's not familiar to you, it doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it different. And you can be curious about the differences that people have in their lives. But remember too, that fundamentally, we're all made of the same stuff. So with that in mind, I would like you all to enjoy a tolerant, festive season. One where you spread goodwill to all others, and where you embrace what others can bring into your life and to the greater good and the rest of the world as we move into 2019. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, then click that red subscribe button and go ahead and click the bell notification so that you get notified the next time I upload a video to this channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next month. Bye!